Hey, in this video, I want to show you how to fix your weak performance with your ads. Now, this is based on my understanding of Facebook ad platform after spending like over $60 million on paid ads. And I want to show you exactly how this works so it can print money for you and you can make an amazing Q4 this year. This will make you millions of dollars if you apply it correctly. Literally, it shows all of the metrics that you have to look for your creative optimization. This resource is kindly shared by Seba Consulting, right? These guys specialize in high performance direct response UGC creative. So if you're looking for high performance UGC creative, reach out to these guys. Number one metric that we're looking at is called hook rate, right? So hook rate is literally the metric that shows how many of the people that watch 3 seconds of your video divided by the number of impressions, which means your thumbnail, right, and your first 3 seconds in the video are engaging enough to stop them from scrolling. And so here we're looking for at least 25 to 30%, right? So you can make it a customized column in Facebook. If you are like lower than 25, 30%, what you have to do is change the first 3-5 seconds of the ad. You can switch your hook format, right? So you can change like open loop question. So the goal here is to get to 25, 30%. If you're below that, then you have to work on these. Number two metric that we'll be looking at is called hold rate, right? So hold rate is true plays divided by impressions. And we're aiming for like 50 to 20%. So we want to see how much people are actually watching the whole ad. If you're not at 15-20%, you can shorten the ad. You want to include smiling faces and good eye contact. This is something that keeps attention throughout your video. You can remove fluff or filler sections from the ad. Focus on highlighting more product benefits early on. You can show more footage of the product in use. That also keeps the attention because people are curious, how do you actually use the product? Make sure your editing style matches the demo you're targeting. For example, if it's very dynamic, if it changes too fast and you're selling to women 55 plus, it might not work because they're just, oh, it's too disruptive, it's too fast for them. You can also change editing, adding like captions and subtitles so that people actually pay attention to what it says, even if they're not listening to the sound. Ensure the quality of the content is high, right? Like don't use too much of the stock content. Actually record and get your own content from Fiverr and other resources. I can share that in a second, where you can actually get that raw content to populate into your ads. The next metric that we're looking for is outbound CTR. We're aiming here for 1 to 3%, and this is outbound clicks divided by impressions. And if you're not there, then it means the ad doesn't give a compelling reason to click. And here you want to use urgency, scarcity, or exclusivity, right? You want to like, hey, we have this deal, it's going on right now, you have to click to get it, right? You have to buy it now. Create a better storyline for your whole ad. Agitate more pain points. Talk about pain points. Talk about like, hey, are you like struggling? Like, have you tried all of those things and it doesn't work and it's like you're pissed? Simplify your CTA. Hey, buy now, 30% off, today only, boom. Use more social proof. Like you have to sell on social proof, show reviews, show that they won't be making like stupid decisions by buying your product. Revisit your angle and make sure it appeals to the audience. Maybe in the first place, your angle was not good. Use new actors or creators. Sometimes, some actors and creators just don't work, and you have to replace them. Conversion rate, we are aiming for 3% plus, no matter the price point. I mean, maybe if it's like over like $300, would be a bit lower, but even with $100, $150, we're aiming for 3% plus. And if your conversion rate is lower, then it means that the ad and the landing page combination is not working well. So what you want to do is you want to test new formats of landing pages and also A/B test elements of your landing page. Above the fold, which headline is the most impactful part. Do heat map, split testing, see where people are clicking, see where people are getting stuck, see where people are expecting that there is something clickable and there is not. Increase your page load speed. So this one is simple, mostly like simplify your images. That usually takes the most time. You can use some people on Fiverr. There are people on Fiverr for $100, $200. They'll improve your page load speed significantly. Again, simplify the CTA. Buy today, 30% off. Boom, done. Ensure your ad is not short. If it's like top of the funnel, less than 15 seconds, it probably wouldn't work. So CPA, right? Another metric here, which obviously will depend on the brand. Your CPA will depend on all of these metrics combined, right? So one metric impacts another. For example, if your hook rate is low, then your hold rate could be impacted, right? If your click-through rate is low, right, then your clicks will be more expensive, right? Then your whole CPA goes up, right? So super important to understand the correlation between all of these metrics. Spend by demographic. Here, this tells us the segment audience our ad is getting served to the most. And based on this, we'll try to adapt the language of that segment. Let's say If you see your spend is going to like young women, you have to talk to them differently than older women, and you would have to do your editing differently. Make sure that you're relevant in terms of your content and your ads to that particular demographic. Spend by placement. So this tells us where our ad is appearing the most. And you would see, okay, maybe stories, maybe reels, maybe you have to do vertical ads. Landing page view rate. Here we're aiming for 70% plus ideally. If you want this whole document, this whole presentation, guys, so you can use it for yourself, apply it in your media buying, then just comment creative below this video. Here is something for you to utilize. Some also like document that you can recreate for yourself. You can see different like avatars, different angles, right? So angle 1 for avatar 1, angle 2 for avatar 1, right? Angle 3 for avatar 1. Let's say we're selling an iPhone, right? We can sell an iPhone to someone who's, let's say, 30 years old, right? And into technology and likes all of the newest tech, right? So how we talk to those people will be different than, let's say, we're selling the iPhone to grandma who wants to talk to their grandkids, right? And wants a good quality of camera and wants it to be easy to use and buttons to be big because she doesn't see very well. Once you have these angles, different avatars and different angles, then you're able to see which of them are performing the best. Let's say the best avatar is, grandmas. Okay, let's say grandmas. Beautiful. All right, so now you would use grandmas in your ads. You would use grandmas in your like voiceovers. You would use grandmas in your like actors. You can get them on backstage.com, or you can get them on Fiverr, or maybe some of your customers as well. And so this way you kind of like adjust your whole advertising strategy, your whole creative strategy for a particular avatar. This is where a lot of people go wrong because they just want to go like super broad, right? And they're advertising with young models to the demographic that's like older. You would see all of these brands that have like older actors that's selling to older demographic, and it makes a lot of sense because we resonate with people that we're similar to. And now I'm more likely to listen what the person has to say or what the person has to sell because we're just on the same page. We're probably going through the same challenges. We're probably going through the same experiences. Look at your landing pages, look at your website, and really think about whether your ads are reflecting who you're selling to. I also want to share with you guys the script writing checklist, and your UGC is as good as your scripts. So oftentimes we work with these platforms, we work with these content creators, and we give them poorly written scripts, and we receive poorly written content and it doesn't convert. And the reason it doesn't convert because script was not good in the first place. So what you have to do here, number one, is pick customer persona, right? You have to figure out who will be speaking to in the video. Maybe Generation Z, Generation X, maybe it's older people, maybe baby boomers. You'd have a different editing depending on who you're selling to. Number two, pick an angle. This is the angle, this is the matrix here that you can utilize for yourself. And you can see so many benefits of the same product. So many different keywords, hooks, angles that you can adjust to the same product to sell exactly the same product, but you can sell it in so many different ways. Number three here, choose psychological triggers. So trigger would be something like showing the pain that person has, right? When the person's like, I have a pain here. Oh, my skin is like, or, when the person feels like insecure, right? And you describe that experience that they have. And so telling those stories really sells because it gets on an emotional level to people. And then you justify all of that decision to buy your product with logical decisions. Most people just focusing on features and benefits. Yeah, it's the best product on planet Earth, right? But it's like, is it actually emotionally connecting with customers? Is it actually making them feel bad or good, depending on what you want to sell them? You want to pick 3 to 5 value propositions here. You don't want to squeeze everything in one video. So when you're writing scripts, focus on one, and then you have maybe like few secondary ones, but don't try to do too many of them. So for example, in this particular case, like gifting angle, right? The gifting angle, and then how would that let's say elderly mom or dad, how would that make them feel? How would that make them kind of like open the box, maybe unboxing experience, emotions on their face, right? So there's like a few different things you want to pack in here, but you don't want to pack too much in here. After that, you want to choose a script framework. There's several of them. I can cover them in the next video. After that, you build the storyline and narrative. So here you focus on telling the story, but include direct response elements to it. So you have the story, but then you're transitioning to actually explaining the product and how it can benefit them. And after that, you can add in details, right? Like for example, instead of saying, I'm I'm a busy mom, you can say like, I'm a busy mom of 2 and my mind is always racing 1,000 miles per hour, right? So it's like you add some metaphors, you add some more visual things that can make your ads a lot more exciting. Once you have scripts like this, you'll be able to get UGC content that actually designed to convert. In the meantime, just please comment creative below and I'll send this document to you with all these resources. You can start analyzing your metrics, see where the gaps are, and start improving your business and start scaling it hard. And if you guys looking for comprehensive help to build you a whole creative strategy, the whole creative sourcing system and creative testing system, then book a call with my team. We'll see exactly how we can help you. So book a call below with my team if you're interested in working together, and I'll see you guys in the next video.